Hey guys, so if you were absent or just need a quick refresher, this is the practice test for topic 1. We are taking this test, which is like a chapter test, but in this book we call them topics, on Wednesday, August 27th. So we reviewed this in class on Monday. So question 1 is just multiplying decimals, so I expected you to use your calculator on that one and make sure you know if any of your buttons stick or anything like that, and you should have got 3.78. Question 2 is a little bit more challenging. It said that Gabriel is training for a triathlon. During his first 3 days of training, he bikes 45.358 miles on 3 different days. During his next, that was supposed to be the number 2 days of training, he increased his distance by 2.017 miles. How many total miles did Gabriel bike during his first 5 days of training? So total indicates that I want to add up all 5 days worth. And increased is also giving me a hint that that's adding 2 miles to the 45 miles and making like a new amount that he went on day 4 and 5. So the way I organized my paper is I said, okay, day 1, day 2, day 3, he rode 45.358 miles. And then after that, on days 4 and 5, he increased his speed by 2.017. So that means not his speed, I'm sorry, his distance. So if I add 2.017 to how far he was already riding, then that's going to tell me how much he goes on day 4 and 5. So I got 47.375. So on day 4, he went 47.375, and on day 5. Okay. And then total miles for the whole 5 days means I need to add up everything. And you can do that by hand or with your calculator if you're careful. And I got 230.824, and that was miles. So that's how far he rode totally for the 5 days. Number 3 was just type it into your calculator, division of decimals. Number 4 is multiplying fractions. For multiplying fractions, you just multiply straight across. You don't need common denominators or anything. So I ended up with 18 over 40. However, this test is expecting you to reduce your fractions. So if 18 and 40 are both able to be divided by the same number, then you need to do it. So in this case, they both divide by 2 and give us the new fraction 9 over 20. And I double check, and that cannot be divided by anything else, so that one's done. Number 5 starts as division, so I need to use the keep, change, flip process. So keep the first fraction the same, change to multiplying, flip that second fraction upside down. Then we'll follow our multiply fractions rule where we multiply straight across. 2 times 4 is 8, 5 times 3 is 15, and there's nothing to reduce that one by. Number 6 starts as dividing fractions, so once again we're going to want to keep, change, flip that one. So keep the first fraction the same, change to multiplying, flip the second fraction upside down. 7 times 13 is 91. Now I don't know that off the top of my head, but I did have a calculator, and so do your students and you. 3 times 1 is 3. And I would double check, does 91 divide by 3 make a whole number? No. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put 91/3 and bubble that in. You do not ever put a mixed number into a bubble chart because you don't want to leave gaps between numbers or the computer test will think it's a 0. All right, number 7. What is the quotient for the answer to a division problem of 4 1/2 and 5/3? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 4 1/2 and I'm going to convert it to a fraction by taking 2, multiplying it by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Then I'm going to add that numerator. 8 plus the 1 on top makes a 9. Keep it over top of that original denominator. So this is really 9 over 2 divided by 5 over 3. So now I'm going to change flip that. So keep my 9 over 2, change to multiplying, flip to 3 over 5. Multiply straight across, so I get 27 over 10. And then if I put this one back to mixed number, I can see that the number on top is larger than the bottom, so it's going to have a whole number. So 10 goes into 27 2 times, but 10 times 2 is only worth 20. If I had 27, but I used 20, I have 7 left over. Question 8 was a select all of the expressions that are equivalent to 3 over 80 divided by 3/7. So I told the students in class, look at questions A or answers A and B. They're both division, but neither of them match this problem. So they're both wrong. And now all of a sudden it's multiplication. So that's your hint that it wants to keep change flip. So keep the first fraction the same, change to multiplication, flip the second fraction upside down. Well, now that matches C, but not D. D didn't flip it. And then you can tell that E or F would be the answer, but I gave the hint here that if you see diagonally, both the numbers can divide by the same thing, you can go ahead and early reduce here. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So now 1 times 7 is 7, and 80 times 1 is 80. So that told me F. Question 9 starts as dividing fractions. So we're going to keep change flip and make that 2 over 4 times 10 over 3. Keep the first fraction the same, change to multiply, flip the second fraction. Now I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 10 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12. And if I put that back into a mixed number, since the top is larger than the bottom, 12 goes into 21 times. So if I subtracted 12 out of the top, there'd be 8 left. And technically, you could keep going and reduce that down even further too. But this question also asks you to explain. So I asked for you guys to write some kind of sentences telling me how you solved that problem in words. And then this is question 10. And once again, just a simple calculator question. All right, so happy studying. Don't forget, you guys have really, really detailed notes in your interactive notebooks for any of these different topics that we've discussed here, and we have a test on Wednesday.